Hello, strong ladies. Today we're going to be talking about why you might feel super damn strong, but for some reason you cannot do your pull up. It's pretty frustrating, right? Well, today we're going to dive into the reason that this happens, dive into the science behind it, and teach you exactly what to do to finally make that pull up a reality for you. And if this is your first time here, my name is Angela Gargano. I'm a 6-time American Ninja Warrior and the creator of Pull Up Revolution and Strong Feels Good, which helps women not only conquer their first pull up, but also become the strongest, most confident version of themselves. Successfully, I've helped over 500 women conquer that first pull up in record time. And these are women of all different ages, sizes, and abilities. So if you're watching this right now being like, oh, well, it's maybe one of those things. It's maybe that I'm too old or I'm too heavy. It's not. You just need a different approach and to really understand why it is that when you jump up there right now, you are getting nowhere. So in this video, I'm gonna walk through where you're at right now, shift to where it is that you really wanna be, what you're trying that is not working, and why our approach is different and going to get you there faster. And like I said, we're gonna go through the science behind this. But before we dive in, if you can just do me a favor and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm gonna continue to post so many different videos, not only on conquering your first pull-up, but also conquering your mindset. Okay, so let's get to where you're at right now. So you feel strong, you show up, you go to the gym, you're ready to make this pull-up a reality, but then when you jump up there, you go nowhere. Maybe you are doing some type of heavy lifting and you're like, cool, I feel really strong in my lifting, but again, jump up to the bar, still can't do a pull-up. You've hit a wall. You're like, what the hell? And maybe you've tried using the assisted pull-up bands and maybe some of the other drills that you've seen online, but it's still not working. As soon as you're done with that, and even if you do it consistently, you still aren't seeing your result. So I want you to imagine right now that you do get to the gym and you get up to that bar, you look at it, and you lift yourself up there confidently and strongly. And just, I want you to, for a second, just imagine how empowering that feels, how badass that feels to show up and make this reality. Pepper's coming out. She's like, yes, I'm ready to feel empowered and to get my pull up. She's also really dirty. Oh, a little shake it out, a little shake it out. What I want to make clear right now is that whatever it is that you've been trying and that you've been doing is not working, right? Can we just agree on that right now? Okay, friend to friend. So let's put aside that approach that is not working and start with a whole new, fresh perspective, which is what we're gonna do right now. There is a logical reason to why you are struggle busting, and the solution does exist. So let's get into it. So let's first talk about the pull-up and the muscles that are involved in doing your pull-up. Because if you understand this why, it's gonna help you more to get to the how to make this a reality. So the primary muscles when you are doing pull-ups is your lats, your biceps, and muscles in your upper back and shoulders. And I also want you to just freeze for a second and not only think about that's like the headlining muscles, but also look at this pull-up that it's a full body movement. Okay, so yes, you're using your arms, you're using your biceps, you're using your back, your shoulders, your core, and you are using your glutes. So you are using your entire body to get your pull-up. So I'm just gonna show you right here. Here is a picture of me, and I'm just gonna point to all the different muscles that we are working when doing your pull-up, so you're really clear understanding of where they even are. So now I want you to ask yourself, in your everyday life, are you using these headlining muscles for your pull-up? And same thing with your workouts right now that you might be doing. So let's really think about it right now, okay? Most of the time, what most of us are doing is we are pushing things. We are pushing doors open. We are pushing things away from us. We might be doing push-ups or push presses and all those things. But how many times in our everyday life are we actually pulling anything down and really utilizing these muscles in that specific way? We're not really. So if you think about that, this is a huge issue when it comes to so many people, strong or even beginners, getting their pull-up. It's that we're not in our everyday life utilizing these muscles. We're not utilizing these muscles in the workouts that we're doing now in order to get ourselves up there. So what's really gonna help is to target those specific muscle groups, okay, to get there faster. But even more importantly is connecting to something called the central nervous system, which we're going to go through right now. I also want to real quick do a nice shout out to my family. I actually went to school for biological chemistry. Okay. And now obviously I'm a fitness trainer, but we're going to use some science here. So we're going to use the degree that I have, the biological chemistry degree, as we go through here. So what is the role of the central nervous system? What even is the central nervous system? And why is this even important in getting your pull-up? So the central nervous system, also abbreviated as CNS, and it's like your body's control center. So it's responsible for sending signals from your brain to your muscles. So when you perform a new skill and something that we don't really do in our everyday life, like a pull-up, our body needs to adapt and learn that motor pattern. Okay, it needs to create basically a pathway. So I want you to think about it as, this is how I like to explain it, okay? So you're going to do your pull-up, your lat is trying to communicate with your brain right now. It's like, excuse me, can you please use my muscle to pull me up? And your brain is like, I don't know who you are. I have no idea how to get to you. Like, what do I do? So it's gonna take some time to create that pathway. So your central nervous system is basically on the struggle bus right now, trying to recruit the necessary muscles to do it, even though like they might be strong. Like your muscles might be strong, but then your brain is struggling to create that pathway to be like, okay, cool, I need to do this in order to pull myself up. And like I said, since we're never using that muscle, since we are sitting all day, we're hunched over, right? We're texting, we're on the computer, we're not utilizing that muscle. So our brain needs has some figuring out to do. So if you know that and you understand that more, it might be a relief for you. You might be sitting here being like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so it's not that I'm not strong enough. My body just doesn't know how to work that muscle yet. So how do we get that to happen? How do we get that central nervous system to connect to get you to your pull-up faster? And that's exactly what we do in my Pull-Up Revolution program. Okay, we help women to get that central nervous system to connect to your back muscle to fire up so that you can get up to get your pull-up in less than 6 weeks. And again, I'm going to go through all this stuff in here. I'm going to show you some moves, but if you're like, Angela, I just want the blueprint. Can you please just tell me exactly what to do every single day? I don't want to even think about it. I just want to show up and have the proven program. Make sure you check out Pull-Up Revolution. You can literally join instantly today, get access to that program, and you can get coaching for up to 6 months with us. So we can help you as you go through this journey to give you form corrections daily to help you get there faster. But anyways, let's keep going. So what you might be doing right now is, like I said, you might be doing the assisted pull-up bands. You might be doing some of the drills that you see online. And when you're using the assisted pull-up band, the central nervous system may not be fully engaged in the movement. So basically, when you use the band, it's like flinging you up there. So your brain's not having to like work too hard. Your muscles honestly aren't having to work too hard because you're just getting like flung up there with the band, right? So again, we need to do something that's going to have to get our brain and our back and our lats to connect. The band can actually create a reliance that prevents your body from learning the true motor pattern needed for the pull-up. So that's why sometimes you might be like, cool, I'm doing these assisted pull-ups, hop off the band, literally going nowhere. In Pull-Up Revolution, teach how to not utilize the band, right? To really do movements that are going to help to really support that central nervous system to get you there faster. And I've had so many women lately who I've had a bunch of calls with them, and they've literally said to me, Angela, I cannot believe I'm feeling muscles that I have never felt before when working on your program and doing the Pull-Up Revolution. And I said, yes, good, good. I'm so happy that you're feeling them. I'm so happy that you're feeling that little bit of soreness because now we know like you're utilizing the muscles you're supposed to be working in order to get that pull-up faster. So what I'm going to go through next is going to be specific movements that you can do to get that central nervous system to connect. But like I said, if you want the full blueprint, this is only just a few of them. If you want the blueprint and you want support, then join in on Pull-Up Revolution. I don't want you to watch this video and just like not take action after this. I get so frustrated with that. Like you watch the video, you do a few of the moves, and then you don't take action to actually make this a reality. Like my mission is to help you get this pull up, right? So a lot of times what really helps with that is accountability, support, and just having that blueprint to know exactly what to do through this. And also want to preface that Pull-Up Revolution is a full body workout program, okay? It's a full body workout program. So you're not only going to be doing pull-ups because the pull-up is a full body move. So don't think like, oh my God, I don't want to just like drop and for 6 weeks only do pull-ups. Like we're not only going to be doing pull-ups, guys. We're going to be doing so much more than that. And I also want to preface before I give you these moves is that consistency is key. Okay, consistency is key. And consistency does not mean perfection. It doesn't mean you do these moves and on day one they are perfect, and it doesn't mean on day one that you're going to have them down, right? They might be a little bit difficult at first. And that makes sense because you haven't done these before, right? So get rid of that perfectionist mindset and just say to myself, I'm going to be consistent with these moves and keep showing up with them and just be ready to get on that ride in this journey. Because a lot of times what holds women back from, getting their pull up is the mindset issue they have around it, right? They're trying these new hard things. They're getting mad at themselves because it's not perfect right away. That's okay, right? It's okay that it's not perfect right away. All right, just be consistent, keep showing up, trust the process. Whatever you're doing, like I said, is not working. So you need to do something different. And I know that you're ready to see a difference. I know you're ready to show up, to put in the work and all those things. So let's do it. Let's do it and let's do it differently. And stick to the process that we give you for those 6 weeks. Just stick to it, okay? Get it, make it happen, okay? A lot of you are saying you want to get your pull-ups by your birthday, you want to get your pull-up by a certain date, and it's been like over a year now. Like, enough. Like, let's make it happen. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure you do a proper warm-up, so do not skip that. I'm not gonna have that here in this video, but don't just like jump into these moves. Make sure you warm up. That's gonna help you to get your body nice and warm and ready. And like I said, especially if you've been sitting all day, your body is not prepped and ready to make this happen. This even happens with glute training. Like if you are sitting all day working and then all of a sudden you get up and you try and do your glute training without warming up and without a proper prep, like you're not gonna target the muscles that you want to work because your body could be really, really tight and it's pushing past through all that tightness. So it's not actually getting to the muscle group that we're wanting. So do not skip your warm up ever. Then we're gonna go through the 3-step method that we do in Pull Up Revolution, which is mobility, stability, and strength. All of this is gonna help to prep that central nervous system so that you can get to this pull up faster. So I'm gonna show you 3 different mobility drills that you can do, mobility and stability drills that you can do together to make this a reality. And how you're gonna do them is you're gonna do them in a 3-minute AMRAP. So an AMRAP means as many rounds as possible. So you're gonna go through these 3 movements. Number 1 is going to be these banded wall slides, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take those arms, slide them off the wall, and then pull them apart. And this is gonna help to really help that overhead range of motion, which is for mobility. And mobility is being able to put your hands over your head and function in that movement. The reason I wanna do this before we even hop onto the bar is because this is, again, gonna kind of start to get that motor pattern and be like, okay, cool, these are the muscles that we're trying to work overhead before we even get in the bar. So it's almost like you wanna think of it as not only mobility and stability, but also as a rehearsal. I like to call these rehearsals. Like, let's like get our body and our brain like to like start functioning before we even hop onto the bar, right? Because the bar is where things get a little scary and get a little intimidating. So you're gonna start with those banded wall slides. You're gonna do 5 of them. Then after that, you're gonna drop to your belly and you're gonna do banded Superman pull. So again, look at this movement. This is literally your pull up. This is gonna be not only strengthening your back, this is also gonna be getting that motion of, okay, cool, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, that pulling motion that I'm getting with my pull up. And the last move that you're gonna do is your plank front side back. This is great for stability and really getting the different areas of your shoulder, right? Really hitting all the different directions while keeping yourself nice and stable in your core. So like I said, let's go through all these movements. What I want you to do is a 3-minute AMRAP. So literally set your timer for 3 minutes. Do 5 of each of these movements. When you're doing the front side back, do just 10 altogether. And you're gonna do this for the 3 minutes. And then you're gonna go on to the next piece of this. So this is the warm up that's really important to start to get that mind and body connection to happen. And each time you're doing these movements, don't think about in an AMRAP. I've had women say to me like, but Angela, like an AMRAP, you're supposed to go as many rounds as possible. So you're supposed to go super fast. No, you're supposed to do quality over quantity, okay? So even if you only get 2 rounds in this AMRAP, this at least allows you to put the timer on, do those moves. You know it's gonna take you 3 minutes, so it helps you like time-wise as well. But really slow down and understand how this movement is going to be helping you with your pull-up each time that you're doing it. I even like to, when I'm doing these movements, I like to just kind of shut my eyes and zone out into these. So next up after doing that AMRAP is we're gonna go into the strength piece of this. So that was a mobility and stability piece, and now we're gonna go into strength. And all these strength movements are going to help you connect that central nervous system to make this happen. So again, this might be different from what you're used to. Good. I'm glad it's different from what you're used to, okay? Because again, what you're doing isn't working, right? So, and this is just an example of some of the stuff that we do in Pull Up Revolution to get you there faster. So like I said, if you want to get there in 6 weeks, you want the full blueprint, just only doing this workout like over and over again is not the way to do it. There's ways to progress, right? I want to show you what is inside of this so that you can be like, holy shit, this could literally help me get there in 6 weeks when I join. So first, you're going to start off with shrug lat pull downs. A lot of times people go onto the lat pull down machine in the gym and they're literally just like cranking it out like this. And I'm like, yo, that is not helping you really target that lat in the right way that you want to. So what I want you to do is really focus on the bottom piece of the pull up, which is the part that is the hardest. And it's the part that when you're doing the assisted pull up band, it's like flinging you up that part. So your central nervous system is not connecting to the bottom piece. So that's why like when you get rid of the band, you literally go nowhere. So what I want you to do with these is shrug lat pull downs is to shrug first, then pull down. So really activating the right muscles first, thinking about it in that brain, and then pulling it down. And as you pull it down, really think about breaking that band, or if you're doing it in the machine, breaking that bar and turning your elbows in. And really take your time and do this really, really slowly. Then you're gonna do single arm shrug lat pull downs. Now I love these because when you're doing the single arm shrug lat pull downs, you're gonna be tapping your lat, and that's gonna help you kind of get that mind body connection to be like, hey brain, I'm trying to work this muscle. Would you mind using it? So tapping it as you're shrugging and pulling it down is gonna be super, super helpful. So again, really tapping it, really thinking about that muscle, taking your time with these moves is gonna help a ton. Then you're gonna go into something called an active hang. An active hang is now, hey, we've done a bunch of stuff off the bar. We're getting our mind and body to connect to exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Now let's hop on the bar and try and activate it. When you're doing these active hangs, I want you to think about making sure that your elbows stay super straight, right? I see a lot of times people do these active hangs and their arms are bent. Keep your arms super straight and shrug it down and just hold it there. That active hang, you should be holding at that bottom piece. Again, this is gonna help to activate the right muscles. Sometimes a cue that's really helpful lately has been taking your shoulders and trying to get them to your back pocket, if you think of it like that, before you hop on the bar. So your elbows should not be bent during this. You're only focusing on the bottom piece. That is a piece that your central nervous system has no freaking idea how to do, right? Actually, it's interesting. A lot of people actually know, like they can do the second half of the pull-up already. They just can't do the bottom half. And last but not least, we have the eccentric pull-up. Now, the eccentric could be very, very intimidating. So what I want you to do when you do this, and I'm gonna show you the video here, is you're gonna go super slow and you're gonna use your foot on a chair to help support you. And you're gonna go super slow, especially at the bottom. I'm gonna say that again, especially at the bottom. Especially at the bottom, you're gonna go so slow. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna feel like forever. I want you to go so slow. Use your foot to help, like if you have a chair, to support you on the way down while you're doing this. This will be super helpful as you're doing the pull up. So what you're gonna do with these moves. So I would do the shrug lat pull downs, about 10 of those. The single arm shrugging back, single arm shrugs, about 10 on each side. An active hang, see if you can hold the active hang for 30 seconds. If you can't hold for the entire 30 seconds, see if you can break it up into like a 10 second, 10 second, 10 second. And then the slow eccentric, definitely do like 2 or 3 of those as slow as humanly possible. And then make sure you take adequate rest between each of these. Rest is just as important. I feel like a lot of people just like want to go. And they think if I do more, and if I slow down, I'm not going to get better. But actually like slow down, take a break in between these so you can really, again, get your mind and body to connect, allow your body that rest time it's going to need. Because like I said, you're going to be using muscles that you've never used before. Okay. That you've never used before. So we want to make sure that you're feeling really good with those. So like I said, consistency is key with this. This is just a small taste of what we have inside of Pull Up Revolution, okay? In Pull Up Revolution, we are gonna give you workouts for 6 weeks with this mobility, stability, and strength. And we're gonna do something called progressive overload, where we're continually increasing and doing different pieces of this movements to get you there faster, okay? We know it works. I've literally helped 500 women get their pull-up with this approach. And this program is a program that has literally worked for so many real women, okay? Real women that I've done in real life to get their pull-up as quickly as possible and become stronger and more confident in their body, which is something that I know that you are like ready for. You're like, hell yeah, I wanna be strong, confident. I wanna go up there and crush this pull-up. So do these movements. Let me know how they go. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Angela_Gargano. Follow me here on the YouTube video. And if you want to jump in, I do free workshops every single month. I'll put the link down below for the free workshops. And like I said, if you're just ready and you're like, okay, cool, no more messing around, I'm gonna get this pull up, join in the Pull Up Revolution today, get started. Let's make this happen. I'm gonna show you some amazing ladies who have gotten their pull up so that you can see you can get it too. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this.